Hi, everyone, and welcome to That One Careless Night. I'm your host, Courtney Wheeler. How's everyone doing? We have a fantastic lineup tonight. We also have a sign-up sheet for anybody that wants to do our open mic portion. It's right on the corner, that band in that lovely sweater, right on that area.
Yeah, can you point at it, sir? There we go.
Thank you so much. We also have a donation portion. Also, please buy some drinks. Say hi to our bartender, Morgan. She's amazing. And before we start the show, we want to introduce my co-producer and the founder of In Full Color, the reason why we're doing this, Summer.
Hi, folks. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm really excited to see so many wonderful faces here, especially after so much time inside our houses and with masks on, so it's really fun. So for folks who don't know, In Full Color is a Jersey City-based organization that empowers women of color and other folks of marginalized genders. We love to amplify artists and just put them out there, so we got like theater artists, music artists, dancers, visual artists, and of course, comics. And I really have to thank the incredible Courtney, who was one of our actors and writers. And Courtney said, you know who doesn't really get as much credit as they should get? Funny femmes. So that's why we do this today. So all of your booze and eats and your donations will go to tonight's performers, as well as our ongoing mission to create a difference and make some change here in Jersey City and beyond. So thank you so much for being here. I'll pass the mic back to you. Do you want to
Hi. I didn't remember any of the bios or whatever, so I have a phone, so I'm a professional. So I'm going to introduce our first comic. She's a Brooklyn-based stand-up comedian and sketch writer, director, whose work has been featured in NYC Sketch Fest and Bougie Mania. She recently performed at the Broadway Comedy Club. On her downtime, Neha watches HBO and her elderly pug, Beans. You can find her on Instagram, which is Neha Kallianpurkar. Did I say that right? Kuala Lumpur. Yes, I said that right, obviously. Please give it up for Neha Kallianpurkar.
Hello. How's it going, everybody? So I was told there's a theme tonight, and the theme is Careless, which I didn't care for. But that's fine, that's fine. I actually do have something to say about being careless, and that is that being careless is a privilege. So we're all familiar with that meme with the bald guy in the graph about, fuck around and find out. For every fuck around, there is a find out. It's cause and effect. Usually the find out is what keeps the fuck around in check. But sometimes when we're careless, it's either because we didn't think about the find out, in which case we're still going to have to find out, we just didn't think about it, or we're privileged enough where we can pay to avoid the find out altogether. And if we're really privileged, we can pay somebody else to find out for us, which is really kind of fucked up. And I think this is why the world is falling apart right now, because people are not finding out when they fuck around. But I'm going to talk about things tonight that are careless, things in my childhood, mainly because HBO has all the TV and movies from my childhood on there right now, and I was going to take any opportunity to watch TV. So we're going to start with Passport to Paris. Has anyone seen that movie? No? Yeah. So the year was 1999, the era was bitch. And Passport to Paris was the first movie the Olsen twins starred in that didn't have a dead mom storyline, right? Which was fucking weird, right? They released a movie every year, and every year they had a dead mom, and they don't have a dead mom in real life. It's just, I don't know. 1999 was probably the year their mom was just like, girls, really? So, anyway, I digress. Back to Passport to Paris. It's a movie about two 13-year-old twins who are mean to everyone around them, and in response get an all-expenses-paid-for trip to Paris. which is not a great, I guess, message for a kids movie. I would say that's Careless. I don't know. All right, so Passport to Paris. They start the movie out by being mean to cheerleaders at their school, which is like, fine, whatever, fuck cheerleaders. But then they go home and they're mean to their parents. And in response, their parents send them on vacation to Paris. My parents would have slapped me in the face, but you know what? It's the Olsen twins, so who cares? So when they get to Paris, the first friend they make is a 20-something-year-old model, because that's normal. Her name is Ghislaine Maxwell. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That wasn't her name. It was something else. But they also, so they befriend these more age-appropriate teens that become their love interests. And there's a scene where Ashley Olsen is teaching her French crush how to speak English, because that's what you do when you go to France. And the phrase she picks to teach him is, "That nerd is a total freak show." So I really think that Passport to Paris is it's an allegory for U.S. foreign policy. I'm not going to elaborate, but you all know what I mean. So like another thing that I noticed while binge watching my childhood on Netflix is that a lot of Hollywood they keep using the same storylines. It's like the same movie franchises over and over again. And I'm not talking about Marvel. This goes a lot deeper than that. I call it the court-ordered redemption arc. And it gave me actually a lot of false faith in the legal system growing up. But anyway, I will start with, the year was 1992. The movie The Mighty Ducks had just come out. This movie is about a guy who gets a DUI, and instead of getting his license suspended, a judge orders him community service to coach a kids' hockey team where he finds purpose and meaning. They make a 3-movie franchise out of this. The next year, 1993, we get a troubled youth who gets court-ordered community service to clean up an aquarium he vandalized. And this is where he meets and befriends a killer whale. They made a 4-movie franchise out of Free Willy. Then in 2006, another troubled youth gets court-ordered community service at a performing arts school that he vandalized. And this is where he falls and meets and falls in love with the girl of his dreams. They made 6 movies out of Step Up. Are these all the same fucking movie? Yes. Absolutely. Is it Careless? I don't know. I mean, like, I seem to be the only one who cares about this. So I'm going to say no. But I will give Hollywood credit for upgrading the DUI to a vandalism, and also for recognizing that people who have DUIs shouldn't be sentenced to supervised children. Anyway, I'm going to fast forward to present day so I can talk about careless advertising. Raise your hand if you've ever been personally victimized by your targeted ads. Yes. Yeah, and God forbid there's a third party there to see it in your feed, because you're done at that point. It is a whoever smelt it dealt it situation, and you smelt it. So I just want to know what it is about me that says, show her the ad for a bug bite thing. Trust me. Has anybody seen the ad for a bug bite thing? No? If not, don't worry, you will. Your phones are all listening. So bug bite thing is a plastic syringe that it sucks out bug venom. It was a Shark Tank product pitched by 2 South Florida moms, and I'm pretty sure they just took it from one of their kids' like doctorate play sets, because that's what it looks like. And I'm also pretty sure there's some kind of patent issue, because the ad is literally like, bug bite thing is not a syringe. Okay. And I'm not addicted to my phone. I can just imagine them coming up with names for this thing like, let's call it the itch remover. No! That is way too much information. Call it bug bite thing. And they did. And Shark Tank fucking invested in it. And they found out that I was their target audience, even though I hate being outside. I wonder, though, if they had to release, because I didn't see this Shark Tank episode, but I wonder if they released live mosquitoes for the demo, because this thing only works like immediately after a bug bite before the skin closes, which makes every bite an emergency. You'll be like, bzzz. Oh no, quick! Someone get me my EpiPen? No, you idiot! Get me my bug bite thing! Another ad I get a lot of is the Jerse, which is a jacket that turns into a purse. For those days when you might need a jacket or you might need a purse, but not at the same time. This thing is a logistical nightmare. So the jacket turns into like a birthday card size crossbody bag. And so because the bag is a lot smaller than the jacket, the rest of the jacket has to go inside the purse. Why they wouldn't make the purse the same size as the jacket, science doesn't know. So before you put anything in there in its resting state, this purse is already bursting at the seams. But don't worry, because there's a much smaller side pocket on the outside where you can just about fit your emergency bug bite thing. Is this careless? I don't know. I mean, the algorithm was right about me. I will buy anything. This is my bug bite thing, everyone. It's a syringe. We got some medical people here. Is this not a syringe? It's a syringe. And this is the Jerse. I don't know if you guys, there's nothing in here. It's just more jacket. And notice how I'm also wearing a jacket. Good times. So I also think that technology can be kind of careless, and I know that's like a weird thing to hear from an Indian, but I really think like it's weird. Like technology, it like builds itself as like, oh, I'm gonna be so useful, and then it's just like, why? Like Ring doorbell, for example. So it's supposed to let you scare criminals away by like yelling at them through a camera. My voice isn't even scary in person. I'm like, hey, get out of here. I like, it sounds like I'm deflecting a fucking compliment. Like no one, that's only gonna scare praise away. Finally, there's the Android's Google Assistant. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but it's like the most desperate person you didn't know you were dating. I'll be minding my own business, trying to get my bug bite thing into my Jerse. And I'll get a pop-up being like, oh, did you need help with something? You know, just like that hovering energy. And I'm just like, no, I don't need any of this. And then I'll be like dissociating by looking up vacations I have no intention of booking, and I'll get another pop-up being like, oh, I saw you were booking flights to Bermuda. Did you want me to book us a trip? Who is us? I don't even know your last name. Is it first name Google, last name Assistant? I mean, who knows? The last straw was when Google Assistant made me a digital scrapbook out of pictures of a mole on my back. By the way, bug bite thing doesn't work on moles. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. I never heard of any of those movies.